What's good, y'all? We back with another episode of Facts and Stats. It's just me, Ev, and Keem here today. Mark's not with us. Back with y'all with another episode. We got some brief little NBA topics, just a chill episode. Trade deadline just went down. We had a live show on Instagram Live last week. If you missed that, be sure to check out the Instagram at facts and stats underscore and check out all the lives and stuff is in there. Um, but before we get into these topics, remember to leave a like on the video, remember to comment, and remember to share this with a friend. The first thing we're gonna get into is I know most of y'all seen it. I'm pretty sure y'all too seen it too. The Stephen A. Smith and the Russell Westbrook little back and forth. This isn't the first time we've seen Stephen A. Smith have these type of things happen with an NBA player. Um, it's like we see it at least every other year. Um, Let me just get some initial thoughts about it, from both of y'all.
Uh, I sort of kind of agree. I sort of kind of agree with both of them actually. Stephen A. and Russell Westbrook. I know Stephen A. said like, "This is what we accustomed to Westbrook doing. Like, I'm not impressed. Like, this is what he do. Although it was a 35, 20, and the first triple double that we ever seen with that stat line. But then again, like you look at it and be like, okay, it's Russell Westbrook. It's amazing. But then again, this is what we've been seeing him do the past 3 to 4 years for minus his year in Houston, um, where he had obviously scored the ball more playing alongside a ball dominant guard than James Harden. But then again, I agree with Westbrook as well because he said, I'm from the hood. Just me making the NBA alone is me winning the championship. So I don't really got nothing too much to say about it. I agree with both parties, but more so starting with Stephen A. I'm not that impressed. Westbrook is having a good statistical season. He's averaging a triple double again. But when you look at the standing, the Washington Wizards are the 12th seed in the Eastern Conference, the weak Eastern Conference of that. So if they don't get a play-in tournament spot with him playing alongside a 30-point scorer, that's just terrible to me. And they only had one major injury with Thomas Bryant being out for the year. That's terrible because the Eastern Conference is not that good of a conference for them to not have a 7 or through a 10th seed at all. So, you know, I'm siding with Stephen A. more so on the comments that he made.
Yeah, I'm definitely like kind of feeling the same way for real because he honestly didn't say anything wrong for real. Of course, he handled it well, just like he always handled the back and forth with KD, etc., other players or whatever. That's just part of his job is going to happen and everything. But like Ev said, like seeing triple doubles, it's cool, it's impressive. But at the end of the day, like a lot of people gonna look at it as part stat stuffing. To be honest with you, they're what like 13, number 12 in the East and everything. And damn, they like Ev said, like they 95% healthy. And they got a chance and not really, going anywhere for real. And yeah, really, that's all I got, much to say about that situation, honestly.
I
Yeah.
don't know. Well, I don't know. I think I side with Russ more on this simply because it seems like when it comes to like winning, I feel like some players get criticized for it more than others. I feel like we shouldn't be criticizing guys who like Russell Westbrook who play with as much heart and stuff and is putting up those type of numbers because at the end of the day every year it's only one champion and then there's one other person that goes to the championship. Like we see other guys play all year and then when they do certain stuff, we don't always say, "Well, yeah, we see this done before," but he ain't do it in the playoffs and stuff. I don't know. I think Stephen A. as like a person with a lot of influence in sports media. Period. I think he need to be like more careful with what he be doing sometimes because now you turn around and you say that I turn on Stephen A. and I see him talking all that. If I see Russell Westbrook on TV, then I'm gonna think, why the fuck would I want to watch Russell Westbrook? You
Mm,
know what I'm saying?
mm.
And now we in the spot. Ratings is already down and all that. So I don't know. I just think you know,
But do you
as much as
still
he loves
be
game,
impressed with the triple doubles and stuff like that though? Like, are you impressed by that Westbrook?
stuff like that that's never been done before, yeah, it impresses me because it's the like nobody else is doing that. I mean, it's easy to say, you know, yeah, it's the regular season and all that, but if other people was able to do what he's been able to do, they would have been doing it. You know, at the end of the day, like what did he have? 35, 21, and 14? Like, that's crazy. We ain't
That's
see
OC.
numbers like that since really like Wilt, like those type of numbers, like in like that's crazy. Like all that in one night. And then he had a 20 game before. It's just like you can't I
But
can't say
see,
it's
that's the
that
thing
impressive.
though. Seeing him drop a 20 game and then he turn around and drop a 35, 20, and 14, like that's Westbrook. That's what he do. You know, he's that hard worker that's going to crash your glass. You know that. He's that hard worker that's going to get to the rim. You just seen him dunk on Biombo the other night. He's going to slam on you. He's going to lay you up. He's going to hit some threes here and there. He's always going to get his teammates involved because that's the type of point guard that he is. So, I mean, all respect to Westbrook. He's definitely a legend in my eyes. But I don't really be too much impressed. I would love to see him win, you know, a couple playoff series. You know, even one or two playoff series with him being the best, if not the best. You know, a top two person on that team. I haven't seen that outside of Kevin Durant. I never seen it. Nothing against Westbrook though. I don't want nobody to think I'm a Westbrook hater or none of that. Like, I have nothing against Westbrook at all. I just hate when y'all compare Westbrook and John Wall. But I'm never doing that again though. I'm leaving that comparison alone. John Wall playing terrible, and the last time we did that, it just
Low
got too
key,
much.
Russ low key,
Yeah,
low
he shitting
key
on him
shut
right
that
now.
down.
He shit. Yeah, he
Yeah,
shitting
yeah,
on him.
he's
Yeah, he
definitely
shitting on him. No
shitting on.
questions. No questions.
That's why I wish Mark was here today, man.
Yeah, he
So
shitting on
he
him.
could have talked like it's the perfect time to talk about his boy.
John Wall is just playing terrible. He's in a fucked up situation right now. And his play is not making it any better. Like, he's super inefficient right now. Like super
That's a real
inefficient.
bad.
I looked it up the
That's
other
a real
day.
bad.
Like over his last 3 or 4 games, he's 20 for 72, something like that. So, he's just super inefficient right now.
That Houston situation is terrible. I hate that for John Wall, and I hate
Yeah,
that for the coach, man.
yeah, man. Yeah, it's
Besides,
like how
that's really trash.
you bust your ass for 2 years, coming off an Achilles and a heel injury to get back to work. You get traded to a fucked up organization to where James Harden requests a trade, and now you basically just there. Like, no Eric Gordon, PJ Tucker's gone. Like, the team just fucked up.
Yeah, they blew the whole operation up.
Yeah,
That's how it is.
It's crazy because both of them is getting bad raps. Russell Westbrook and John Wall. Because the Wizards, I already knew. I knew off rip. Like, Russell Westbrook isn't going to be able to like really save that team, carry that team to like no playoff series win. Because that team last season was really bad, and that's
So is that
literally
team
the same
is,
exact team.
is that team worse than the team that he led to the playoffs in OKC in the West?
Yeah, like as bad as they were defensively,
Oh.
That's
as
bad.
bad that team is terrible.
That team
We talking about
that
him being
team didn't have no 30-point per game scorer with him, bro.
I mean, nah, he did, but shit.
I mean, that's just one player though. Like,
Think about that.
Yeah,
Westbrook
the
that
rest of
season,
team,
that season he led them to the playoffs in the Western Conference, and they weren't even the eighth seed. He's in the
well, see,
Eastern
I don't,
Conference.
it was like 6, 7 for one.
He's in the Eastern Conference. He can't get a play in. So let me ask you a question, Q.
you just gotta remember how bad that team was last year.
No, facts. Let me ask you a question though. If they don't get a play-in tournament spot, would you feel the type of way?
No,
I wouldn't. I don't
Y'all
think
was
so.
y'all was on here saying they gonna go to the playoffs when the trade first happened.
I definitely didn't say they was going
I
to.
said they have a chance.
Yeah, I said
They
they had
have
a
a chance. I
Because
ain't
I
guaranteed.
remember people were saying they was going to be like a top 3, 4
Yeah, I
seed.
remember
And
that. I remember that.
I was the one that was bringing up how bad they was defensively and how they was one of the most historically bad defenses last year and did nothing in the offseason besides trade John Wall. That's the only thing they did. They did nothing else.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact. But you wouldn't feel no type of way if they don't get a play-in tournament spot with a team led by Westbrook and Bill?
I mean, I probably look at it like, you know, y'all could have done that. Honestly, where are they at in the standings now?
I think they're 12th.
Let me see. Let me look real quick how
Yeah.
they
I
record
think
look.
they're 12 right now, and it's shit. It's just like, Lord, man. Like, as a Westbrook, if I was a Westbrook fan, I'd be disgusted. You telling me you can't get a play-in tournament spot in the Western Eastern Conference?
I wouldn't blame Russell Westbrook for that. And yeah,
Yeah,
they
they're
12.
12.
They right behind. They could get in. They gotta win games though.
Yeah, they got to win some
Cause
games and be consistent for
they
real.
3 games behind 10. And
Yeah.
Chicago just got Vucevic. Because that's who's sitting at 10 right now, Chicago. And then
Mm-hmm.
it's Indiana at 9 and Miami at 8. And that's probably how it's going to be. Unless New York or Atlanta somehow falls out.
Yeah, that's a fact.
But true, since we talking about playoffs and all that, let's go on to the next topic. Let's keep it in the Eastern Conference for right now. The Celtics are the 7th seed, and they didn't do much. They got Evan Fournier at the trade deadline, but that doesn't address any of the issues that they had
At all.
all season long and last season and the season before that. And it's crazy because now it's starting to be rumblings, starting to question that whole organization because we look at them, and of course the history behind the Celtics plays a part in all this, but we always looked at them like, in NBA, like common NBA world, like you look at the Celtics as one of those, great organizations, but they had a lot of draft picks and assets, and they still in the same situation. And some people are starting to kind of question Danny Ainge and them boys now.
I was literally
So
just about to say, I was waiting for you to finish, but I was literally just about to say, that's the only person to question. Like, that's literally the only
mhm.
person to question. Like, you hit home on Tatum and Brown, thanks to the Nets. That's where those picks came from. Shit crazy. That's
Yeah.
still crazy to me. You hit on Tatum and Brown. You know, you draft Marcus Smart. You know, good piece as well. Uh, but I just don't see where they went wrong. Like, I think it's like Al Horford disappearing, like Al Horford going away. I think that was a bigger piece than what they thought it was. You know, with him leaving. Um, I think they missed Al Horford presence in the middle more so than they missed Gordon Hayward. Even though I was still side with Gordon Hayward being a big factor to why they're not the same team as well. But you know, I don't think Kemba Walker is the problem. I just think that they needed like that solid interior big man that can defend, pass, shoot. You know, just know how to score the ball on a low block, and that's not Robert Williams. That wasn't Daniel Theis, who just got shipped to Chicago. That's not Tristan Thompson. I don't know what the hell they were doing with that one. Um, it's none of the big men that they had over the past couple of years. You know, they should have even kept Cantor. You know, that would have been better than, you know, he's having a double double right now in Portland. They should have even kept Cantor, but he still doesn't solve defensive issues either. Though. But so they just all messed up in Boston. I hope they get it solved. You know, one way or another. But I don't see how they can because there's nothing in free agency coming up this off season. So big man wise, besides Drummond, but. You know, who knows if he's gonna stay in LA. Other than that, I don't know too many different options for them.
My my problem with, and I don't even think it's just the Celtics really. Today's age in the NBA, it's it's built off free agency now. It's like you can have good draft picks, whatever, but it's like it's not going to get you into like a playoff or championship contention without you addressing the bigger issue, and that's free agents for your position for real. Because a lot of teams that's making big moves, and like my Bulls is a part of the organization. We go through building through the draft. Hawks trying to build through the draft. Other teams building through the draft instead of addressing what's out there in the free agent market for real to make bigger splashes and bigger changes for real. And it's like you can have a nice draft pick, cool, but it's like as far as like taking you to over the hump and everything, you gotta have that veteran, you gotta have that, all-star, or just a great veteran player, to be beside that young dude or whatever. And I think that's the way the NBA is going for real, because it's like you see all these big names, all these potential big names drafted, but they're not making no noise in the NBA, and it's like it's really all a free agency frenzy now for real. So
Yeah, a lot of that, what you talking about, Kim, is probably due to like a lot of these front offices being bad and more players. Now they have the freedom to actually be able to leave and get themselves out of these bad situations like um AD and all them. So yeah, it's really a lot of it's kind of built through like trading and free agency.
Right.
And Ev, what you were saying, you know, you was speaking facts because they after Al Horford left, they didn't do nothing to address the
at all.
address what he did. Like they did nothing. So now it's kind of biting them in the ass right now because they could be competing in the Eastern Conference as well. Not at Brooklyn over there, but it's no clear number 2 yet. So
Yeah.
but the good thing about them is that both Tatum and Brown is still super young, young, and already still super
How
good.
long you gonna keep wasting their youth? How long?
I don't think they wasted.
Yeah,
I don't think they wasted because they had playoff success. They've been to 2 conference finals already.
Another
At the same time,
another reason
why. Go ahead.
Another reason why I don't label as wasting because shit, neither one of them is over 25. So what you really wasting? All this is trial and error right now and growth. And every single year Tatum and Brown literally been having that growth together. Literally every single year back to when they took Braun to Game 7. Literally just them two. So they've been having that growth year in and year out. But Danny ain't just doing a terrible job surrounding them with the talent to take them to the next level. Kemba Walker is an all-star, but he's not the guard that's for them. But no knock to Kemba, but that wasn't a primary issue for that team.
But to me, like the primary issue is the big, which he never addressed. Like you had few bigs in the free agency before they signed to the team they're going to is like on the market, and you haven't made an aggressive move to go after them. Like I blame them for that.
They wanted Andre Drummond. They tried. They had a real shot at getting Drummond, but I mean, the way the league is going now is Lakers or Nets. So shit, you know where he was going. We didn't see LaMarcus Aldridge do some crazy shit and go to Brooklyn out of nowhere. Who seen that coming?
They said KD hit him up. And
man, I don't want to hear that, man. I don't want to hear that, man.
That's what they said. That's what they said. That he said KD is the one that recruited him.
If he hit him
Blake
up,
Griffin said the same thing.
It's not like LeBron didn't hit up Drummond. Like, come on, that we know LeBron did.
I mean, I know that. I'm just saying. You saying you don't know where it came from? Because I thought he was going to Miami too.
Shit, man,
that
shit threw me off.
That nigga. Oh man, that's so pussy, bro.
I'm not gonna lie. That's. I'm not mad at the Blake Griffin move. I'm more so mad at the LaMarcus Aldridge move. Like that's some.
Yeah, the LaMarcus Aldridge one that just showed you who he was because he had the chance. Like it was literally 2 paths. It was like path A, just team up with these niggas, or path B, go on the other team and try to compete against them with Jimmy, Bam, and Oladipo. Like that's a squad.
Right. Yeah,
Eric
for sure.
Coaching. That's a squad.
He is something in the back of my mind is hoping. Like I know, like I said, I've always been for the Nets to win, but I think LaMarcus Aldridge just fucked that up. But I mean, shit, good for them though. Good for them. And Drummond did the right thing. Go ahead, go to LA, even out that playing field a little bit more. So that's a good thing. I hope the Lakers and Nets meet. It's the only best thing.
Hey, I really thought Drummond was about to end up going to the Nets. It was like a piece of me. I was like, watch this dude go to the Nets.
But I really blame Adam Silver for all this, bro. It's not fun to watch. It's like it's just relying 2 teams, bro. Like,
bro, nah, I can't even blame Adam Silver. I'm blaming KD. I'm blaming KD. KD started this. I promise you, KD started this with that Golden State. Cause look, think about it, and I really be thinking about this. Cause think about it right here. All right, go back. Let's rewind back to 2015. Golden State, Cleveland Cavaliers, Golden State win it. The very next year, they go to 7. And then, remember that playoffs, bracket? It was OKC and Golden State. They went to 7. Russell Westbrook, KD, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry. It was like, it was duos until KD went over there. And then that kind of just messed up because other teams was just everybody started trading.
Though. That's not fair to say because
Cavaliers. Cavaliers
had a trio.
Yeah, but Kevin Love.
Come on.
That's totally different. I mean, that's the only other team that had 2 MVPs. You know what I'm saying? Like the Cavs ain't had 2 MVPs. And then Kevin Love was on his way. Like he was on his way. Like
hold on. Was Kevin Love not a superstar player when he got to the Cavs?
No, he wasn't. Not no more. Minnesota was over, and plus he was taking a step back anyway, and then he changed his whole game.
Yeah, exactly.
First of all, Kevin Love in Minnesota, his biggest thing was his rebounding. His whole physique was different when he got to Cleveland, so he wasn't even the same player no more. And then plus he was taking 2 steps back.
Exactly. You can't.
See, it's not the same thing. Why are we acting like the Cavs was the same thing as the Warriors?
No, this is my problem. This has always been my problem with the LeBron issues. Is every time he has a team, as soon as he gets a championship, he never has a team. Bro, what's the problem with that?
Bro,
it's always that.
I swear that's so true, bro. I swear that's so
always,
true.
Oh, he got a squad. Oh, when he gets his championship, bro, he ain't got no.
LeBron gets put on a different pedestal.
That really doesn't even make sense to me.
Like hold on. Even with the Lakers, he didn't have a squad, so I don't want to hear after this year. If he does lose,
first of all, y'all really be over exaggerating.
It's the truth. What you mean?
No, y'all really over exaggerating.
So you saying the players y'all got now, Montrezl Harrell, Andre Drummond, Anthony Davis.
We got good players.
That's good players. So when you get to the championship, and if y'all lose, y'all gonna be like, he ain't had nobody.
No. I don't know. Look, I'm not even a LeBron fan, so all that other nonsense you probably be seeing from other people, that ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm a Lakers fan, and I'm with LeBron by association anyway. And I actually just acknowledge his greatness and what he done. But we're not about to act like LeBron and KD moves were the same thing. But
no, I wasn't comparing.
I'm not even. But the reason I say KD is because it's always him. It's always his team that mess it up when it's even.
Bro, you got to think. I don't think that's fair to only put it on KD, and I love LeBron and KD, but I don't think it's fair to only put it on KD because in your time, Q. And I want you to answer this question truthfully. In your time, you've been you've been alive, or your time keeping up with the NBA. Who is name some stars you seen team up with other superstars in their prime? By choice.
It's not about teaming up with niggas. I don't blame KD for teaming up with anybody. LeBron teamed up with other people and formed their own team. KD literally just jumped on Golden State's bandwagon. They already was in the championship.
Right.
They was the most winningest regular season team ever.
Right. That's a fact. There's no taking away from that. I don't support
that. It's two totally different things. And remember when LeBron went to Miami, Boston had a trio too. So LeBron wasn't the first. It wasn't the only one making the trio. That trio wasn't built by
choice though, bro. That trio just happened. Yeah,
but still though, where was LeBron supposed to go?
Bro?
Where else was he gonna go? It probably would have been a trio wherever he went.
So what did you want KD to do?
KD literally had options to keep.
LeBron had options
too.
LeBron kept it even. It was even. It was literally even.
Durant and LeBron James on the same team is even.
And Chris Paul,
bro.
Come on, Q.
That wasn't the only trio.
Nobody was fucking with D-Wade and LeBron,
and putting together your own thing is totally different from just jumping on somebody else's bandwagon.
That's true. But when you have Wade, LeBron, and Bosh,
all of that trumps anything y'all even about to rebuttal that with.
That's true. Listen, that's true. That's a fact. But how hard is it to put together your own thing with Wade, LeBron, and Bosh? How hard is that? Q. You can be a general manager right now, bro. You can have Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant, and Klay Thompson. How hard is it to put a team around that?
Hey, man.
It's not hard.
Not hard at all.
LeBron ain't played with no other MVPs. That's all I'm gonna say. You know what I'm saying?
D-Wade was a finals.
D-Wade was an MVP finalist. Come on now.
Chris Bosh.
So is Andre Iguodala.
Top players at his position.
We
So
talking about regular season.
Andre
We talking about
Iguodala was
regular
also
season.
Finals MVP.
We
I
talking
said
about-
MVPs.
Oh my god.
This I always said it though.
Dwayne Wade
LeBron
was the
started
MVP.
it.
Dwayne Wade was the MVP, sir. You want to get technical? What you talking about?
Regular season MVP. I said regular season.
You said
MVP.
Andre
I'm not talking
Iguodala.
about
You
a
said
finals
MVP.
No, his rebuttal was Dwayne Wade won the Finals MVP. My rebuttal to that was so did Andre Iguodala.
Okay, I didn't hear him. My bad.
That has,
I didn't hear him. I didn't hear him. My bad.
Okay, but who's better, D Wade? Who's a superstar? Or who's not a superstar? D Wade, Andre Iguodala.
That don't got nothing to do with what I said though. I said, look, all I said, the only thing I said,
best player at his position.
I said, LeBron didn't play with an MVP. That's the only statement I said. Is that statement true or not true?
LeBron played with somebody that led their team to a finals in his third season and won MVP. Come on now. You can't discredit that.
Is what I said true or not true?
Yeah, I always say LeBron started it, KD elevated it. That's all. That's all, bro.
That's true, yeah.
KD took it to another level, bro.
He did. That's a great way to put it. You got to admit, that's a great way to put
You
it.
don't have to be an MVP to be a superstar. You don't have to be.
All right.
What else?
Yeah, you got to agree to that, though, Q. That's a good point right there. LeBron started it, KD elevated.
I mean, I don't, but
What?
But let's talk about KD since we already talking about it. That's the last topic I got anyway. He beefing with Mike. Well, I don't even know if he beefing. I feel like KD. Y'all seen the tweets? Michael Rappaport, the screenshots of their messages. KD cussing him out. Michael Rappaport deleted messages before he screenshotted it.
Yeah.
Y'all seen that? That's wild, ain't it? How y'all feel about Michael Rappaport? I don't really like him like that.
I don't like him at
respect him.
all. Yeah, I don't like him at all. But see,
At first he was cool, but now he did also some stuff like they clearly tell he was deleting text messages. So that you lost respect for him. And then like you try to come to the social media like we gonna be on your side.
Exactly.
Like nigga, defend yourself, bro. Like what you mean? Like KD had every right to spaz on you, so I ain't blame.
Yeah, he
Right.
did.
I'm professional on his ad, but hey, I don't blame him.
I mean, but at the end of the day, he a human. But I just feel like he need to do a better job at ignoring trolls and shit like that. Like he always struggled with that ever since he did that move to Golden State. You know, people always got under his skin. The man had a fucking burner.
You know he
account.
was wrong.
Yeah, like the man had a fucking burner. Like, come on now, like that's too much. You know, he's too sensitive to me. But I don't got nothing against what he said to him and all that.
Oh yeah, I rock with what KD said. I had liked that out of KD. He said let's link. You know what I'm saying?
Straight
He
up,
said,
let's link,
send
nigga.
it
What
to
you
Addy.
talking about?
Straight
Straight
up.
up.
Addy, and he didn't want to do none of that. He talk all that tough. And like, bro, who was Michael Rappaport anyway? I don't understand why. Like when he talks, for some reason, it always like his name always be popping up. I don't really know anybody who like actually values his opinion on like anything.
Literally nobody.
And the thing is, like, all right, you know how okay, we do this podcast media, but one thing we never do is disrespect players for real. Like we talk about, of course, we talk about the game. You know, that's what we, you know, our job to do for real, whatever. But never disrespect niggas, never call them out their names, whatever, saying that he a bitch ass dude or whatever, and then try to play the victim. That's what a lot of these media people do. Like that's like Michael Rappaport. So it's like you can't be doing that shit and then expect motherfucker not to be human and shit and kirk on you and you try to play defensive shit. You gotta stop doing that shit. Media people have to be better doing that shit. You can't just like you can't be doing that to these players right now because you can catch the wrong one like a Matt Barnes or Steven Jackson. Like, or shit and knock you out like for real though. It's like you can't be doing that to these players, bro. So that's all I gotta say about that.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Oh man.
Shit,
Yeah. That's crazy. It's crazy that he tried to lawyer up too. That's really crazy to me.
Right.
And it's just like I know he was talking shit.
That's how he is.
I know Michael Rappaport was. That's all he do.
All they do is try to get on the KD skin or player skin that they know don't like him. You know, like if they know that they don't like him, they try to get under their skin. Like Charles Barkley too. Charles Barkley know KD don't like him. Right. That's why in their messages he called Charles Barkley his baby daddy.
Hey, the media is really like
Shit
crazy for
toxic.
real
That
when
shit
you
is
think
toxic.
about it.
Yeah,
It's
it's
toxic.
toxic.
That
It's
shit
really
toxic,
toxic.
man.
That's why I ain't never be blaming Kyrie for all that.
At all.
He doing. He say he ain't talking to them no more.
Make your
I
life
ain't
better,
blaming.
bro. Less stress, less speculation, all that.
And
Heck yeah.
I think they should change the genre where some players don't have to talk to certain media.
They need to put like they need to do something where like it needs to be some type of accountability for what they be saying
Mm-hmm.
and certain things because like any way you look at it that affects not only like kind of the game a little bit, but it affects like the NBA as a brand in total when you got the media like doing this type of stuff. Like I really be finding it so weird how it be reports on like people's business.
Nah, for real. That's real shit, for real.
Yeah, like like let's say like somebody up for free agency and they list their house or their apartment or something. It'll be on like the timeline or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like who is leaking all this, but yeah, it just needs to be some type of accountability, and they can't just be saying anything too.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I feel for them, son. They can't live a normal life.
At all.
Yeah, like start finding them. The same way you find these players when they want to, when they say that's a bullshit call by the ref. Find the find the media. They could do that. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. That's a fact.
But shit, that's with all the topics for today and everything. You know, we're gonna keep doing the Discord. Also follow us, you know, our IG and everything. Sometimes we do our lives there or whatever. I forgot the days. I know probably Sundays and stuff. But make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. You know, hit us in the what's that app? Jump with the Apple jump.
Anchor, Apple Podcast.
Anchor app.
Yeah.
Podcast, Anchor and everything. And then yeah, Mo, we're gonna come out with more episodes and everything. We're gonna talk about the Final Four and the college and everything with Gonzaga. I probably got them taking it all. I don't know. We're gonna talk about that later on. Catch y'all later. Yeah.